Hi guys, welcome to another video in my channel. So today I wanted to talk about my birth story. My birth story was very traumatic for me because I had never gone through anything like that. My baby is my first baby, so obviously I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to go on, which in a way is good because when you don't know what to expect, it's like you don't even know, you're not scared. But I had something different planned in my head. Like I thought it was not going to be that hard or whatnot, but it went totally south. So I had a very healthy pregnancy. So I was hoping for the best. I was just being very positive, and my husband was just giving me hopes that everything was going to be fine and whatnot. So I remember Thursday came, and my husband would always text me like after he got off work, and I remember he texted me and he told me he was gonna go get a haircut and how was I feeling, and I said I was feeling good, to not worry, go get his haircut, and I was gonna take a nap. I was very tired, and it was my mom's birthday, so I had gone during the day to buy her a cake, and I went to do some errands to pack a lunch for my husband the next day for work, and that was it. So I was tired. I was gonna take a nap. I told him I was fine. So he went to get his haircut. So towards the end of my pregnancy, I would have weekly appointments with my doctor. And I remember on the very last appointment, my doctor said that I was only 2 centimeters dilated, and I would go see my doctor every Tuesday. So my due date was supposed to be on that following Thursday. So I remember that he said if I didn't have contractions by Thursday, that he was going to schedule my induction. He was going to induce me. So anyway, I never wanted to get induced because I wanted to live the experience of giving birth to my son through vaginal birth. So I left it to God's hands, and I said whatever has to happen is going to happen, and I just didn't want to think about it. If I got contractions, I got contractions, and if I didn't get contractions, then I would go to the doctor on Monday, and that was it. So literally like 2 minutes after he called me, well, after we hung up, I felt this sharp pain in my stomach. It was very weird because I had never felt any kind of pain in my pregnancy. So I thought it was weird, but I was like, it was sharp, it was fast, it's nothing, just relax, take a nap. If it hurts again, then you'll get scared. But right now, just relax, take it easy. So I tried closing my eyes to take a nap. That sharp pain, I remember, I know, TMI, I felt this gush, but it was weird. It was like, it's hard to explain, but I felt this gush, but I didn't think anything of it. I was like, it's just my, for many of us that are new moms, we don't know what a contraction is. So I didn't know if they were contractions or if it was just a normal pain or just, So anyway, I text my husband and I tell him, hey, like I had this sharp pain in my stomach. Don't worry. I think it's nothing serious, but I'm going to text you if I have it again. And he's like, no, I'm going home. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm going home. And I said, no, I don't think it's anything serious. Next thing you know, I get it again. And I'm like, okay, these are contractions. I go to the restroom because I have to pee. I remember that I was home just with my brother. So it was very, very weird for me to explain to him what I had just felt. So I was like, okay, it's nothing. It's just pee. So I call my mom and I tell her, and she's like, I'm gonna go home from work, I'm gonna rush. And I'm like, no, relax, like the pain is not even that bad. And I text my dad, I text everyone, and they're like, okay, just relax, just take deep breaths or whatnot. And yeah, so my husband works really far, so it took him like an hour and a half to get home. So by when he got home, the contractions were really, really strong. They were like 10 times a period cramp. It was really bad. We get to the hospital and I tell them that I'm having contractions, and they take me in, they check my vitals, and they put the belt to check the baby's vitals, and and they put me in the waiting room where all the pregnant girls are waiting. And I'm there with my husband, and the pains are very bad. Very bad. Like, I feel like they're tearing my back apart. It hurts really bad. I'm screaming. I feel like I'm the only lady in there that's screaming. I'm crying. I'm biting my husband, and he doesn't know what to do. He's trying to help me, but he doesn't know what to do. The nurse comes and she checks me, and I feel like nurses are like mentally like prepared to not feel like petty for anyone, because everyone is going to exaggerate their pain. So I feel like when I would tell her that it hurt really bad, she probably thought that it hurt, but not like that bad, but I was just being dramatic. I don't know. Anyway, so I tell her that it hurts really bad and that I want an epidural, and she tells me that I have to open at least 5 or 4 centimeters for me to have the epidural, and that she's waiting for the doctor's order to take me to the 2nd floor to where I'm gonna deliver. So I think that at some point I got very annoying, because I was literally the only woman in there screaming like crazy, and the nurse told me that she was gonna take me upstairs finally, and they checked to see how much I've dilated, and guys, guess how much I was open? I was literally open 9 centimeters already. So they put me the epidural, and they were like trying to rush everything, because at this point I was very open already. So I was almost ready to give birth. So I was in so much pain, and they told my husband he couldn't be in there for him to see me getting the epidural. And for me, it was fine, because I feel like when my mom or my husband are in the same room with me, like when something like that happens, I feel like I get nervous, because they're gonna get scared. So after they put me the epidural, you guys, I felt so much better, but my legs felt like they were super big, super fat, and I was getting scared because I couldn't feel them, and if I did, they felt like they were super heavy. So I was just getting very scared, but the pain was finally like away. So I think like 2 hours passed, and they came to check me, and I was still at 9, and then I think like another 3 passed, and I was finally at 10, and they told me they were gonna have me push and start the whole birth process. So I'm pushing, and the nurse keeps saying that she can see his head. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm so close, just keep pushing, Jackie. My husband, that's always hung in the hospitals, and I'm like, it's been 20 minutes, it's been 30 minutes, it's been 40, and how come it's taking so long? So then after a while, she said it's been an hour, and I had to take a break because I was probably tired, and I had to keep in mind I paid for my whole entire delivery and my whole pregnancy appointments. Like, nothing was covered by the government because we didn't qualify. So everything was paid for, so we expected to have the best service. And I'm not bragging or anything, because even if we didn't pay, like, you still expect to have a decent service, So anyway, so the doctor finally gets to my room, and he comes in and he introduces himself like we're in a party, and I'm like dying in there, like I don't feel good, like I just want to have the baby already and get over this. And he puts on his gloves, he's gonna check me. The doctor checks me, and he says, oh wow, you're fully opened, the baby feels big, you should consider having a C-section, a cesarean. And I'm like, no, I tell him I want to try giving birth vaginally. I mean, unless there's a complication, then we'll have a surgery. But if I don't need a surgery, then why should I have a surgery? His comment bothered me, and my husband and my mom don't speak English, so I didn't want want to tell them, and I didn't have the energy to be translating because, I'm there in the bed like half dead, like dying in pain. And at this point, I'm dying in pain because the epidural, the effect had gone away. So the nurse said that tends to happen sometimes. So the pain was horrible. It was horrible. So whatever. So he has me push again for like another 30 minutes. And at this point, I'm dying. I can't take it anymore. I'm screaming. And my husband, you can see in his face that he feels super bad for me. He doesn't know what to do to help. So he asks the doctor if there's anything else that we can do at this point, because I've been pushing for almost 2 hours and I'm super drained and the pain is like, I can't take it anymore. So the doctor says, oh yeah, like very, very happy to hear that my husband said, is there anything else that you guys can do? He's like, yeah, we should have a cesarean. So at this point, my husband looks at me and like, I guess he's waiting for me to say yes. And I'm like, I don't know, like I want to die. Like, let's just do whatever we have to do. So they take me in. As we're going to the surgery room, they're like preparing me. They're like putting all these things in my IV, and we get to the room and I'm like dying. I'm so scared. I've never had a surgery before. I know I'm not gonna feel anything, but you still feel scared because, again, you don't know what to expect. So we're there. They put like this curtain in my stomach so I won't see anything. They pull a chair. They have my husband put this whole outfit, so for bacteria or whatnot. And he sits next to me and he's holding my hand. I'm shaking. I'm so nervous. Then they say that they're gonna start. I know you're not supposed to feel anything, and I mean, it's not like I felt anything, but I felt like this pressure in my stomach, I guess, like when they were cutting it open. And I swear it took like 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes I heard my baby crying. And they took him out, and I remember through the procedure I was throwing up because I was so scared and I was shaking the whole time. Sorry. So my baby starts crying, and I remember that they give him to my husband, and my husband cuts the umbilical cord and they take pictures. And in my head I'm like, when are they gonna give him to me? Like, I want to carry him too. I want to kiss him. But they finally do, and as soon as I kissed him, like, I passed out. I totally passed. I was like really drained from everything that I really did pass out. So I remember hearing my husband ask the doctor, is she gonna be asleep for the whole time? And they're like, no, she's just very tired. She's been pushing, and now she went through a cesarean, so she's gonna take a little nap and then she'll wake up. And I remember he took care of the baby for like the first hours, and I remember waking up and having my baby in my arms, and it was the best feeling, and everything was totally worth it. If I had to go through the same thing all over again, I totally would, because it's totally worth it, But do I want to have another baby? No, I don't. Does it hurt? Yes, it does. So I don't understand how all these teen moms get pregnant. Like, use protection. Like, having a baby is not easy. Best recommendation for all the new moms is, don't believe anyone. Everyone is going to have a different birth and delivery story. If I went through that horrible experience, it doesn't mean that you're going to go through that horrible experience as well. You might have it easier. If I get pregnant again eventually, and this time along, it might be easier. You just never know. I would say everyone has it different, and a lot of people are going to want to say, oh, it's going to hurt so bad. What if it doesn't even hurt? Or they're going to say, it's not even going to hurt. It's going to be so easy. You're just going to push and he's going to come out right away. What if he doesn't, he or she? What if he or she doesn't? Everyone has it different. So I would say, just go in there and don't expect to. He's so naughty. He's so cute. He's so smart. He loves mommy. He's a mommy's boy for sure. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or any suggestions for me to upload my next video, just let me know. And I hope you guys are enjoying my channel. I'm very happy to be uploading content for you guys. So yeah, please subscribe. Thank you. Go in there feeling positive and being strong, because I mean, we can handle it. It's just, you know, some have it easier than others and some have it harder than others, but it's okay, we can handle it. And at the end, it's always a blessing to have a baby, and it's all worth it at the end. So yeah, that was my birth story. I didn't go back to that doctor ever again, and thankfully my baby is healthy. He had to be under the UV light because his bilirubin, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, his bilirubin levels were up. But after a few hours, he was good. And yeah, I mean, that was my story, that was my experience, and like I said, it was worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna have a video where you guys can